Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and this is going to be update number 1 on my Team Durango DESC10. Now please bear with me throughout this video. I am getting over a little bit of a head cold and probably sound a little bit off today, but nonetheless wanted to get this video out to you guys so you guys can check out the new DESC10. I've really had a blast building this thing, and I know that traditionally I do about 2 to 3 build updates before the vehicle looks in this good a shape. And what I really like about these Team Durango builds are the pre-assembled components. And what I mean by that is the shocks came pre-assembled, just had to add oil. Diffs were already pre-assembled. All of those tedious things that a lot of racers take pride in building, they were already pre-built for us. But the cool thing is you kind of get to inspect everything when you're filling the oil, when you're adding the diff oil, things like that. You're able to see exactly how it was built, and the nice thing was a lot of the plastic already had the highway kind of paved for us with the screws, so a little bit easier on our wrists and able to get this thing put together really quick. So if I had a guesstimate, probably about 2.5 hours total on this build, and we are literally moments from putting electronics into the truck. So really quick, want to give you guys an idea of what else comes in the kit, what I still need to put on it, and kind of go from there. So I do have to put in the servo mount and the ESC tray. Also has some servo horns inside here. Wanted to wait, I'm still picking out some electronics for this. We have the battery tray and the receiver box. That still needs to go in. Kind of have a good feeling on how to mount those in. Don't want to mount them in yet because you do have to route all your wires underneath everything, so just saves a few moments. Do have the motor mount. Want to select the motor first before I go ahead and mount this into the vehicle. Other cool things that this particular Team Durango truck comes with: lots of option parts. In other words, different spacings for the front and rear of each hinge pin holder. So you have lots of different adjustability here for different toe in and camber and things like that. Also, a whole bag of machine pistons, which you don't find that these days on a lot of kit builds. Usually you just get the ones that it comes with, maybe a couple extra, but not, I mean, that must be at least 8 to 10, 12 maybe in there. A couple blanks in there too, so you can drill your own custom ones. Nice. So, really quick, I wrote a few things down to share with you guys on the build. I did have a pretty huge kind of hiccup during the build, and in Team Durango's defense, they've already shipped me out the correct part. It was just milled slightly off. It was the chassis plate, and the thing that really kind of held me up was it was very early in the build, and it was actually mounting the 2 steering posts to the chassis, and it uses these 4x12 countersunk screws to mount it, and I went ahead and mounted it in, and the steering post wobbled, and I was kind of baffled. Maybe I'm bottoming out the screws, so I grabbed some 4x10s that I had in stock here, and still the same effect. So I wasn't bottoming out the screw. It turned out that the underside was just chamfered in or countersunk in a little bit too much, so the screw was actually bottoming out in the bottom of the steering holder right there. So anyways, they sent me out the correct part, but I kind of got creative and chamfered the edges of those steering posts to allow the screw to go in just a little bit more. Got me building quicker, and now I have an extra chassis, which is kind of cool. As far as other things that I've seen that were just kind of weird or strange in the build, and I found this on my DEX8T, the Truggy. It comes with these cool little markers here for the shocks. These little, I believe this is yellow. It doesn't really help me too much because I'm colorblind, but the rear springs didn't come with it. Didn't come on my DEX8T either, so just kind of weird that, you know, they're offering those things, but the rear springs didn't come with either kit, so just a little bit odd. Last thing here, as far as things I didn't like on the kit, were these tiny little lock nuts, and it's really hard to see here, but there's almost no meat on the hex side of the lock nut to grab onto, even with a really good quality nut driver. Like I use these Team Associated ones here, and you know, just for a larger vehicle, I would maybe find this on like a 1/14 scale. So anyways, that was kind of a bummer. I saw these on the 8T as well. Anyways, that's just my opinion of those. Last thing is the motor mount. As much as I know that Team Durango wants to improve the motor mount and give it a better quality of, you know, having that fixed mass of the motor in a fixed position at all times, I don't really like the whole center piece moving over to set my pinion mesh or my gear mesh. Just my own preference. I didn't like it. It's on this kit as well, but I'm bearing with it. Maybe it's something I'll get used to. Not sure. As far as positives on the kit, so quick to build. I mean, this thing is just so quick to get you from box to track. Very, very nice. Next thing here, the quality of the actual components. You have CNC'd, machined aluminum parts on this thing, which is really nice. Last thing here, the adjustability. Like I said, you get all of these extra bits and pieces here to get you on down the line for, you know, every different track that you can pretty much go to. And the last thing on this 10 scale truck, this thing is super beefy. I mean, there is so much 8 scale roots in this thing. It's so nice. So, well guys, enough of me kind of talking all horse. Hopefully you guys didn't mind this too much. Have some new lighting here in the shop, so hopefully this looks really good on your HD screen. That's it for now, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and comments, questions on down below. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.